You're going to start a fight.
This is the beginning of our break. We're going Coen Brothers after this.
We're going Safety. All these brother teams are breaking up.
Hughes Brothers, I know.
The Hughes Brothers.
Well, after this, we're next.
Who originally came up with the idea for Stranger Things?
Different word, same thing.
So hard to remember because there's so many different elements that led to the creation of it. I can't remember. Now, who came up with the title, that we could say definitively was me. And I remember I showed it to him and he was like, ugh, no. That was his reaction.
The initial thing was we came out of ArcLight, which please ArcLight Cinemas, come back. We miss you. We had just seen Prisoners. When we were walking out, we were just talking about the film and, that's about a kidnapped child. And we started talking about doing a story about a kidnapped child as a TV show. So those were the initial discussions. I think it wasn't until the following day that we combined those discussions with an older idea we had, which involved monsters and the supernatural and government experiments. And we were walking, I believe, on Avocado Street near our apartment in Los Feliz. And that's when the idea really clicked together. I remember that walk.
Who's most likely to accidentally spoil a plot twist?
Oh.
Yeah. Sometimes I talk too much and I
don't tell Matt any secret ever. He will immediately relay it to everybody.
There's one secret that I've been able to keep. No, I'm really bad at keeping secrets. But also, as far as plot spoilers and so on, if it's been a month, then you're too behind and it's your fault, I think.
We're still traumatized by our friend Reed Darcy, who in the sixth grade, I believe it was the sixth grade, told us before we'd seen the film Seven that it was Gwyneth Paltrow's head in the box. And I'll never get that moment.
I actually met David Fincher and I told him that story. And I told him Reed Darcy's name. And he was like, that sucks.
It ties us together forever.
The end of production, the last 2 weeks of production were very intense. And talk about crying. I think we were crying every other day. Every time we were wrapping an actor, I would say, I'm not going to cry. Even Ross cried.
I did, yes.
This last process, it'll be weird because this is where we're sharing this with, the world and the fans. So that'll be its own probably grieving process once the final episode airs.
Who was the more mischievous twin growing up?
So we'll reveal how bad my handwriting is. Okay.
What you do? Okay. Yeah.
Although, you did some bad stuff.
Absolutely not.
I think I was a little more,
Hyperactive?
Yeah, a little bit more troublesome. I would say more outgoing. I was not super mischievous. I was a pretty good kid.
He once kicked a basketball at me and broke my finger, so that would be...
That's not mischief, is it? That's violence.
Who's most likely to binge a whole season of TV in one night?
You're not writing an essay. You're writing one name down.
No, but I got a little... Okay, you'll see. Yeah, you. But I said our dad is the ultimate.
Oh, sure, but that's not...
It's in the family.
I
know it's not the question. Generally, we're more into film. I think I'm caught up on film this year more than I am television. There's so much television.
There has been some really, exciting original films that have been coming out, which has been great. A lot of it's been in the horror space, Sinners or Weapons. We like it when people take bold swings. And so whenever we see that, it's always inspiring, especially when it's something we haven't seen.
What kind of video camera did your parents gift you when you were kids?
All right. Boom, look at that.
Right. Yeah. This we'll never forget. The high-end camera they gave us was the gift that changed our lives, probably. Because as soon as we got that, we just started making movies and haven't stopped. Well, we're making TV now, but sort of the same. We had to perform in it because we didn't have actors
That's-
or our stuffed animals were performing, but we were operating the stuffed animals, obviously. So we would just stick it on a tripod. So the tripod was the operator.
It was. And then eventually, though, one of my most horrifying memories from childhood is that we got one of those, it's sort of like a makeshift Steadicam.
Yeah.
You remember this? I can't remember what it's called. And we were practicing with it and running around and testing out shots, and I tripped and I fell.
We almost died so many times making these little.
Yeah, that was not near death.
He almost ran me over.
That's
Like it's amazing that I'm here. So maybe you are the more mischievous one. We still have the video camera. We still have all the old films. It's kind of cool because there weren't iPhones, obviously, so there's not a lot of photographs of us like there are now. All the best moments in our lives are documented because we were making these movies with our friends. So we still have access to all the.
What was your first feature-length film that you made in the 3rd grade about?
I don't think it's the answer for what he was looking for.
Our dad's favorite movie is The Godfather. We had not seen The Godfather, but I think he had talked about it so much that we knew the general plot. And so we remade it with our stuffed animals. And we called it The Stuffed Father.
Yeah.
And there was a Stuffed Father Part 2 and a Stuffed Father Part 3. And the third one was the worst.
It's because Winona turned it down.
Who got better grades in college?
In college.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah. We went to Chapman University. It's not the most academically rigorous. I'm sure they'll love that I said that, but it's true. And it was easy compared to high school. So it was almost impossible to not get an A.
And we did do a lot of our film projects together. So very similar. Now, if we go back to high school,
They're not asking about high school.
well, he's not very good at math.
That's true.
So it's a flaw that he was unable to overcome.
How have your math skills helped you out in life?
Well,
Not at all. We knew that we wanted to make films together. So there was no interest in sort of doing the Safdie brothers split. We just didn't feel comfortable directing separately. And Chapman told us that we could direct our movies together. So, which is not true of every film school. So that's how we ended up at Chapman University.
Who's most likely to cry during a movie?
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I'll cry.
I'm
For
not
sure.
I'm not a big crier.
I've been crying recently because, with my toddler, and we're watching a lot of Pixar cartoons. We did Up recently, and it got me twice. At the beginning, of course, which always gets me, and then at the end. Most of the Pixars will get me. Toy Story 3, Coco, when the Remember Me kicks in at the end. Pixar gets me more than anybody else, I will say. Remember when I was single once, I saw Inside Out by myself. I was crying in the theater by myself, and I was like, I got to get a girlfriend. This is embarrassing.
Sad state of affairs.
Who's the bigger Stephen King fan?
Oh, get out of here. You're the bigger. What are you
How many
talking
dark?
about?
Have you read all the Dark Tower?
Ugh. It wasn't about who's read more Stephen King. That wasn't the question. The question was, who's the bigger fan?
I know, but I think if you're a fan, by definition,
Wow.
you're going to have read more of the books. You're going to start a fight.
This is the beginning of our break. We're going Coen Brothers after this.
We're going Safdie. All these brother teams are breaking up.
Hughes Brothers. I know.
The Hughes brothers.
Well, after this, we're next. He was very kind when he saw the first season, obviously. Stranger Things was very much inspired by his work, and we've said so in the press when we were promoting it. And so when he caught up on the show, he did write us.
My favorite thing was after, can I say this?
I don't know what you're just...
After season 4, actually it was quite a bit after season 4. I think it took him a second to catch up to it. And we suddenly got a gift. It was in a box from 1-800-Flowers of flowers. And it was from Stephen King and his son saying that they had really enjoyed season 4. I love that he sent it from 1-800-Flowers. It's like my favorite thing.
Who is quicker to pitch a wild idea in the writer's room?
All right.
Yeah. He talks a lot in the writer's room.
It's my safe space.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I would call it wild.
They're all great. Every idea that he
Matt kind of just sits stressed out in the
is
corner
good.
and pokes holes.
Well, someone has to swat down your bad idea.
Who of the two of you is already planning out your next project?
Right.
Yeah.
We're not planning anything. What are we planning?
Huh? You don't. Well, I guess then it's. I guess it's me because it's not like I'm planning it. It's just like if you're on, driving the car or whatever, in the shower or whatever. Of course, you're like thinking about it every once in a while.
But as we established earlier in this interview, the ideas will likely come from me.